From the capital city of Charleston, West Virginia, this is Inside West Virginia Politics with Mark Curtis. Inside West Virginia Politics is brought to you by AARP West Virginia, your ally for real possibilities in the Mountain State.
First of all, I want to thank everyone in a bipartisan fashion who I believe has forgiven me for my actions, which I openly admitted and openly apologized to everyone, including the doorkeeper. So hopefully this thing is behind us.
Obviously, violence should never be accepted. I do believe that perhaps censure is in order, but expulsion, no. He did apologize.
Good Sunday morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Inside West Virginia Politics. I'm your host, Mark Curtis. We have a very special guest this morning. We're going to get right to it. None other than Hoppy Kercheval, the host of Metro News Talk Line on the Metro News radio network all across the state of West Virginia. He's, like this show, on in all 55 counties of the state. Well, we've completed the 60-day legislative session, but the governor has already called a special session, dates to be TBA. Are you surprised?
Yes and no. I mean, you thought that you have anticipation when the session begins, Mark, as you know, that they'll come up with a budget everybody agrees on, and the big issue, that teacher pay raise, that they would have agreed on that, but they didn't, and they haven't. So rather than have this thing completely crash and burn, I think legislative leaders and the governor have decided, look, let's call a special session, but then recess and let everybody cool down. Let lawmakers go out and meet with educators, school board members, parents, the public, and find out what they want in education reform, and then gather that information and come back later, maybe in April, and try again on not only the pay raise, but also on education reform.
Yeah, it's interesting because, in the press we focused a lot on the two most controversial education reforms, that being charter schools and education savings accounts, but there are a lot of items in this bill that were popular on both sides of the aisle, things like $24 million for school counselors and mental health, bonuses for math teachers who are certified because we have a shortage of math teachers. So do you think we're going to focus in on the things that everybody agrees on and then maybe deal with the lightning rod issues separately?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, because there's still the possibility that you could come back and again, approach charter schools. I mean, that could come back in some form. But as you say, there are a lot of other things in that bill, 451, which failed, which were popular with everybody, with most people, that just didn't get talked about. I think you talked about it, and I did too, but it just didn't get talked about. And also, there's this big section of the code called 18A. Yeah. Okay, which is infamous, and there's all this stuff in there, all these rules and regulations for education, and this might be a good chance to hear from teachers and superintendents and principals about what's wrong with 18A and clear up some of those things.
I want to talk about the teachers too, because like last year, which was the big headline, the teacher strike was 9 days last year, 2 days this year. How much did that, you think, affects the agenda? The fact that they come down here and they're so loud you can hear them in both chambers.
Well, it completely killed 451. I mean, it killed it, because there was a plan in place for the Senate and the House to pass 451 with some charter schools in there, and boom, teachers and service workers were mobilized. They were down here immediately, and I think that changed the dynamic 180 degrees. They were very active, and it certainly made a huge difference.
I want to talk about the tone this year. There has been so much animus. First, we had the Eric Porterfield, the delegate from Mercer County, and his comments about gays and lesbians being the KKK, as he called them. And then we had this incident with the poster last week, the anti-Muslim poster that caused Mike Caputo to kick in the House door, injuring a doorkeeper. And so there's a lot of animus on both sides of the aisle here. Compare this to other years in terms of the tone.
There's much more, I think, than previous sessions. And it seems to have built throughout the entire session. There hasn't been a release valve. And now it's still very tense. I mean, it was very tense in the last couple of days of this session. I think one of the most common things I've heard is Saturday, last night, could not get here soon enough. In the session, let people go home and cool off and come back later and deal with education. But it has been very tense. It's been very stressful, I think, for these lawmakers. And that last night at midnight couldn't have come soon enough.
Yeah. Does a lot of the good stuff that they do get buried in the controversy? I mean, the community and technical college tuition assistance is going to go through this year. Looks like foster care reform is going to go through, and those things aren't the flashiest of headlines.
Yeah, and so lowering the Social Security tax, those kind. I mean, getting rid of the income tax on Social Security. Yeah, a lot of things. But we in the media, we focus on controversy. Yeah. I mean, that's what's dominated this session. So I think it's a good time after the session, after remarks. We'll look back at what passed and focus in on some of those things and let people know.
What's the big headline as we leave the 60-day session? I know we're going to go to the special session, but give me the big headline.
I think the headline is, whew, just everybody go home. I think the fact that they did not get education reform, they did not get teacher pay raise yet, that is actually the story of what didn't get done and the fact that they have to come back later and try to fix that.
Well, I confess, of the 4 legislative sessions I've covered here, I am so exhausted. I've never been more tired, and I'm looking forward to some days off, but of course we have a special session to look forward to. We want to thank Hoppy Kercheval. He's the host of Metro News Talkline and the Metro News radio network across the state of West Virginia. I should say WVMetroNews.com.
That's right. Thanks a lot, Mark.
Online too. All right, we're going to have more of Inside West Virginia Politics after this break.